Okay, hello, and let's play one more scenario of Bliaron. This one is about spellcasting combat in Bliaron. So, I prepared a few characters for you, and also thought a little bit what's gonna happen, but this is also improvised play, so we don't really know where this is going. So, let's go through your characters first. If you could explain a bit, go through maybe the name and the culture and who are you playing. These are Sahen Enforcers, so they are part of the Grand Sahen in southern Bliaron, and these are the guys who combat against illegal magic users. About perks, both of your characters should have a perk called Sahen Second Grade. That's about your rank in this organization. It's mostly a background, it doesn't have that much meaning in this combat scenario, but I think you should pick another perk, one for personality of the character, like a mental perk.
All right, I have I changed the name to Kulgok. Pretty young, quite not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and Sahen Enforcer, a spellcaster with some pretty good with 6 in spellcasting and some combat skills, and effects are create a force and spell shield, and qualities he has is are duration and teleported. I can teleport spells so they can't be dodged, and I can make them last longer, several rounds.
Yeah, so I also changed my name. My character is called Veim, and also a Sahen Enforcer. I think I have the same master effects and qualities as create a force and spell shield and duration and ported. For the perks, I decided to choose Code of Honor. I felt that since we are playing these Sahen Enforcers that hunt illegal magic users, this guy should be really, on point with the Sahen regulations. So he's really adamant about doing things by the book.
Yeah, I chose Scarred and also Impulsive. So I think that Qual is more like this hound of the Sahen, chasing down the evil Blackhands, but not very.
You don't go by the book, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not so much. More of a impulsive, going whatever whims.
Maybe we can
going by the whims.
Yeah. That might be a problem, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Some conflict between the characters.
Yeah, that's always good. Then you have 3 different rune items. Spear of the Enforcer. You can use that to boost your destruction spells. Then you have a Belt of Windstones, which has 10 different rune items. It's like a belt where you have 10 rune stones all around the belt, and each of them gives +1 to any kinetic spell, so you can gather more energy, more source from for movement spells. That's the Great Force spell that you can make. Then you also have an Amulet of the Mage. All Sahen mages carry this. It when you are hit by a spell, it automatically unleashes spell of Sense 1 and Spell Shield 2, so it's pretty effective, but it's only usable once per day. So the first spell that hits you will probably be shielded, but it won't do anything more in that combat, in one combat. So, are you okay with your characters? Let's get into the story.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So, you've been hunting a Blackhand that you heard. You heard that this Blackhand was doing illegal magic in north of Lunin province, and there's a village called Karme, and over there there's an inn that you're approaching. You've actually been hunting this Blackhand for, I think, several weeks now, but now you've heard that this Blackhand has fortified herself in the second floor of a local tavern. When you arrive to the village, maybe you've been looking around, maybe you've been searching around and asking people what's going on over there. And this is what you know when you're outside that inn. There are some people gathered around. This is like a medium-sized village or town. And there are some people gathered around to see what's going to happen. Sahen Enforcers aren't everyday sights in this village. But everyone keeps a safe distance from the inn. And you've actually heard that the innkeeper might need help with this Blackhand. So I guess people have some mixed feelings about you. Some people might be cheering up your work, and they are kind of happy that you're here to help the innkeeper. But there might be some people who are not so happy of Sahen's presence. Maybe there are some demon worshippers also in this village.
So the Blackhand being there is like general knowledge. The people are expecting trouble and they're outside, or like.
Yeah, she has been there for what people say that she has been there for now 2 or 3 consecutive days. Fortified herself over there, and she doesn't let anyone in. And people have been suspecting that there might be some kind of a evil demon ritual going on over there, which is obviously a reason for you to act. And,
of course.
Yeah, as we agreed, this is going to be some sort of combat scenario, but we'll see how that turns out, how it begins, and it's up to you how this event builds. So basically, there's people around the inn, and there's a door over there, a few windows. It's midday right now. You can see through the windows. They are like opened up. So if you want to look in through the windows, that's okay. But you can also just step in.
Yeah. What was your name?
My name? Vaim.
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 All right, Vaim.
Ghoul,
Let's
right?
go in. Cool. Yes.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should be quite careful. You never know how dangerous these Blackhands can be. So be on your guard.
Yeah, if we can take him by surprise, that would be best.
I heard. Yes, we should try and do that. But let's just go into the front door. I think I heard she's in the second floor, so I think the downstairs should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll try to proceed through the front door carefully.
Yeah. You're careful when you approach. You open the door, kind of. You're prepared for surprises. You never know what kind of evil seems the Blackhands will make for you, and you are probably experienced Blackhand hunters as Sahen Enforcers, so you know to expect that there might be some trouble. But this time, your expectations were right. The lower floor of the inn doesn't really look that troubling, though there's one person over there sitting in one table, and there's also the tavern keeper is behind the desk. So there are 2 people inside, one customer and a tavern keeper. And I'm gonna roll what kind of a person is sitting over there as an NPC encounter. So let's see what kind of a encounter we get. Okay, there's a person with big beard and like huge mustache, some sort of a mid-aged man sitting over there, and he's very eager. And what that means, he's looking at you, and he's like hitting the table, and he's obviously from some tribe. He's not from over here, and. Yeah, he hits the table. He looks at you and he's like, I've been here for so long. I've been waiting for you to come and hunt that piece of shit upstairs. I hate those Northern people! This is my village!
Well, I approach him and try to calm him down. Like, calm down, Mister. You should rest assured we will take care of the scum upstairs, and I suggest you leave this place and wait outside for us, our business to be concluded.
I came here to hunt that piece of shit, so I will help you to kill that. He's armed to the teeth. He has like sword, an axe, not really any kind of an armor. You would expect that in a melee fight he would be quite useful, but it's up to you to decide. He's still a civilian though.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull Vame aside a bit and lower my voice. He can be useful. Just let him go first. We'll see if there's any kind of traps.
I don't know. This is against the rules. We shouldn't involve civilians in our operation.
Come on, he's eager to go, and it might be of help.
So I take one more look at this fellow at the table. Did you say that he's not a local? Is he like from a tribe or something?
Yeah, he doesn't look the same as other people. He looks like he's from a different tribe, judging from the symbols that are tattooed in his face.
I see. Well, normally I would avoid getting locals involved, but if it's an outsider, I don't care. So, so I think this time, Ghoul, we can make an exception since he's obviously not a local. So that I guess he's not a civilian after all.
What are we waiting for? What are you discussing over there?
Nothing. Let's go.
Ah, finally! He stands up and kind of probably takes the lead if you so direct that he goes first. He's like a meat shield for you. So, there are stairs in this. In this first floor, there are stairs to the balcony. There are balconies on both sides, and there are 3 doors over there. Innkeeper looks at you, and when you don't have an idea where to go, he points at one of the doors. So
like balconies inside, so it's like 2 floors open, and then right. All right.
I whisper to Cool that all right. I take my spear out. I think what we should do is that if trouble comes, you try to shield us from offensive magic, and I will use my spear to take him down.
All right, sounds good. I guess I can. I guess I can prepare, like gather magical energy to form the shield, so I'll be ready. Right?
Yeah, you can. It takes 1 turn to gather 2 points of source. That's a default. On the other hand, if the environment would support your type of magic, I could award you 3 points of source. Or if it's if that force isn't very common in this environment, then you would only get 1 point of source. So it depends on the environment what kind of source you can gather. But you can do that. You can use 1 turn for that.
All right.
Once you do that, you actually start to feel that you both start to feel that there's some force inside in the room that you are going to. You feel that there's a spell beginning over there.
So did my gathering this source somehow maybe tip him off?
Well, it could, but the timing is a bit different. It's perhaps it begins a bit earlier than you start to gather.
Right.
I think I will also start to gather some magical energy. Perhaps this. If I have to choose the first type, then I choose the kinetic type. And how much is there of this in the environment? The standard 2 or
Yeah, I'd say this is the standard 2.
Yeah.
So Vame, you will get 2 points of kinetic, and Ghoul,
2 points of destruction for the shield.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I give a tip to the helpful guy that ram the door in.
Yeah.
Let's get her.
Yeah. This
is the Sahen Enforcers. Surrender via Blackhand, I shout.
They cause our
I think,
surprise.
I think it's part of the code to give a fair point.
Yeah.
Slightly face palm. That's the surprise,
Yeah.
I suppose. If we had any.
When you walk upstairs, you gather your forces, and in order to do that, you have to kind of make the movements with your body. You can either just have a certain sequence that you use your hands to make that movement, but Ghoul, you're gathering destruction, so you kind of boost yourself into a feeling like maybe get into hateful, dreadful feeling of anger and that kind of things.
Yeah, so maybe I'm like flexing my muscles, tensing up, and
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
not very loudly, but still.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably twirling the spear that I have a little bit round, so I make some movement with the spear.
Yeah. Then your helper kicks the door in, and he starts to charge in with weapons open. You are behind him, and the combat starts over here. What you see inside is a female backhand doing some sort of a ritual. She has made a ritual circle of mushrooms and leaves and different vines, also perhaps some flowers and that kind of. It's actually quite beautiful, and the scent that comes inside is nice, like a full of mint, fresh mint comes over there. Inside the circle, there's a transparent turtle kind of forming in there. This is the first phase of the first turn of the combat, so now we all just decide what we are gonna do. The Blackhand is continuing with the ritual. She wants to finish it. So what do you do?
Well, I think since I have my spear ready, I want to use if there's any distraction that the warrior is making, I will charge into the room with the spear, and I want to hit the magic. Because I'm a Sahen Enforcer, I don't believe in spirits, so I think there's a spell going on. So I try to hit the spell with the spear, and so the push with the kinetic power that I have gathered, so that I push the spell out of the ring, maybe out of the window or something. So that's what I'm trying to do.
So you're pushing the spirit.
Yes, the spell.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't believe in spirits.
How about Ghoul?
I'm following close behind, and I'm like prepared to, if there's any kind of offensive spell, to do the spell shield for both of us. But unless that doesn't happen, then I'm just like holding on to that power. Maybe use it offensively if there is no like counterattack or something. So for now, just being prepared to do the spell shield if there is an attack.
Okay, that makes sense. Your helper is charging directly towards a Blackhand with a sword, like trying to.
That's fine.
cut her into pieces. While she concentrates on the spell, that means her melee number is 6, so it's fixed to 6. So it's very likely that she will get instantly hit and probably pretty hard. So let's see what happens. You can also roll for your create a force spell, depending on how much force do you want to use. You have 2 force, so you have gathered 2 source, so you can use 1 or 2 points from that. And if you want, you can increase your own. You can put your own soul into the play end.
Well, since I have this belt of wind stones, I think I might as well use 1 from there. So I take one of the stones into my hand while I hit the spell with my spear, and I would like to use 3 swords for this kinetic spell, so level 3 kinetic. Create a force. So that's level 3. How much effect?
Yeah, you can choose. If you put 3 levels, then the difficulty is 10. So it's 7 plus 3.
Yeah, that's completely fine. I want to try that.
Yeah. Before that happens, we'll resolve.
Yep.
We'll resolve the spells first, then we resolve the melee. So let's roll for the spells.
So I have dexterity 3, so I will roll 3 dice.
Yes.
I get a 4, a 5, and a 6, and my skill is 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. That should be enough.
Yeah, it's way enough. So what happens? You charge to the forming spell, as you said, that looks like a turtle.
Yes.
And you make a huge force to hit that spell. Your spear radiates strong wind into the spirit, and what will happen that the spirit will definitely fly away. I'll roll for the ritualist though to see what kind of control she gets in the ritual. This is a disturbed ritual. She completely loses the control of that ritual. So even this is a really, really bad choice for her, because she is now open for melee attack, and this forming turtle spirit now flies in a lightning speed towards the opposing wall. If you don't want to do anything cool at this moment, because there are no spells coming at you, then we'll roll for the melee against these 2 NPC characters.
Yeah.
So I get 10 for the attacker, and it's 6 for the defender. So it's 4 damage plus the weapon damage of 4, so it's 8 damage for the first turn. So
that's a lot.
Yes, yeah. She gets cut pretty badly in this first phase. So we're moving on to the next phase. Her ritual goes totally goes off control. The spirit forms though, so you have a pretty angry turtle next to the wall over there. It's also growing kind of bigger, so it's now about, when it was half a meter first, but right now when it threw to the wall, it formed into 2 meters, maybe. Like if it would be a real turtle, it would be like a half a ton turtle or so. And there are all sorts of moss and stuff growing off the back of that spirit. It really hisses at you now that it was thrown to the wall. However, the Blackhand is cut, and she's trying to get up, and she's trying to begin a spell in order to fight against you all.
Well, that's it.
I'm-
So I wasn't quite as successful as I thought. I had hoped, of course, that the spell would fly out of the window, but well, you know, life is life. So we're a bit of still in a bit of a trouble here. I think I would like to focus my attention on the Blackhand because I think they're really dangerous, and somehow I believe that if we take her down, then the magic will go away as well. That's at least my belief. So I would like to focus my attention on the Blackhand and maybe help the fighter to subdue her. So I would take my spear and maybe just hit her with the spear. I think this spear of the Enforcer has this destruction magic in it. So maybe I could try to activate that a little bit, like activate the runes in the spear and then hit her with the spear and add some destruction power into the strike.
Well, what you could do, you could add a level of destroy flesh or matter, although you haven't really mastered that technique, but you could do a spell using that, or you can do melee, but you kind of have to choose whether you concentrate on the melee or if you do it as a spell.
Well, let's try the spell. I mean, it's let's see what happens. So I don't know that spell really well, but I'll try to do like a really simple version of it, so like a really low level. So maybe like two levels of destroy flesh.
Yeah, the spear stores 3 points of destruction, so you use 2 of those points.
Yeah, and then should I roll already or a little?
Yeah, let's hear what Ghoul is doing and what others are doing first.
I think the growing turtle thing is a bit threatening since it's already so huge on the other side of the room. So it's a spell. So I'll just try to push all the destruction energy I've gathered to destroy it as a spell shield in effect. Just push it. So I'm going to actually teleport the energy to it, and I can use my spell shield, I guess, because it removes effect or quality levels from targeted spells, so I can just remove effects from it.
Yes,
basically destroying it, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Right, so
you don't have precision, so you don't get to decide what effects are gone, but you get to reduce the effects still.
Right.
So you get to say what kind of power you put into the spell.
Okay, so I have gathered already the 2 souls, and I'll take a third from the spear of the Enforcer that I have. So I have 3 power in it, and then teleport it. So that would be 11.
You use 1 level of teleported, right?
Yeah. Is it enough?
It's for 2 meters, so you have to get closer to the turtle in order to do that.
Can I do it while I'm...
Yes, you can
casting?
run. Yeah, you can move and cast at the same turn.
All right. So, okay. So that would be 11. I can also increase the duration by 1.
Yes, it would.
So 12.
Yes, it's 12. And it lasts for 3 turns.
Yeah, well, that's good. So, strength is 3, so I'll roll 3 dice. And I have 10, 9, and 4. So 10, and that's 16, so really enough for the spell.
I think I will try to. I like that duration idea that Ghoul had. So I think I'll also add 1 level of duration to my damage spell. So that would be 2 levels of destruction, destroys flesh, which I don't know how to do. So that's 2 to the difficulty per level, right?
Yes.
So that would be +4. So that's 7 plus 4 is 11, and then one level of duration. So difficulty is 12.
Let's resolve the spells then.
Yes, and I rolled 5, 1, and 10, so that would be 10 plus 6, that's 16, which is enough because the difficulty was 12.
So you had 2 levels of Destroy
2
Flesh.
levels of Destroy Flesh and the duration for 1 level, so for 3 rounds from this moment on, every round a little bit of damage to this vile Blackhand.
Yes, and first on the first turn, it does 8 damage to the Blackhand. There's nothing she can do to prevent that. She does cast a spell simultaneously, but the end result for her is anyway that she's gonna be down to 0 hit points, so she's gonna be practically on the brink of the death. How about Ghoul Spell?
Yeah, I was just wondering how the math went there, because you have less things in your spell, but still same difficulty. So did I calculate it wrong?
I think well, what happened with me is that I have less things, but I don't know how to do it.
Yes.
I used this effect, this Destroy Flesh, which I actually haven't learned yet. I haven't mastered it, so that added a lot of difficulty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I'm using what I know. So, Spell Shield with 3 strength, teleported, so the spell, the turtle can't evade it, and duration of, 3 turns. And it was successful.
Yes. Okay, so your ball of destruction, a ball of spell shield, kind of opens up inside the turtle and starts to destroy the turtle from the inside out. This obviously hurts that spirit, but that's pretty much all it does. It doesn't destroy it completely. It's pretty powerful spirit after all this. It's actually source 6 spirit, so there are 6 levels of effects in it. Now it's reduced to 3 levels of effects, still full of life energy. The Blackhand, I'll roll for her spell also. She's doing an Alter Mind spell. She's targeting the melee fighter and casting a level 2 spell in order to make the melee combatant fight against you instead. So this happens simultaneously as you hit her with the destruction spell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I rolled 7. It's pretty tough. It requires... Yeah, she's successful with 11 against a difficulty of 9. So it's only for 1 turn, but she is successful in turning the mind of your helper against you. So you will be facing the melee combatants pretty soon. The spirit, the turtle spirit, kind of blends into the ground while getting hurt, and turns into a heal spell of level 3, a whole area. So everyone in this area will heal 6 points, including the Blackhand over there. So she kind of gets back. It nullifies part of the damage that happens.
Is the turtle then gone, or
No, it's still there.
still there?
Yeah, it's basically a spirit with the duration of a spell with the duration of 1 scene.
Okay, so it's just I keep healing, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well that's gonna be strange, but we can just keep hitting on each other and get healed. That's gonna be fun.
So, did the spirit move away from where I teleported the spell shield?
It kind of blended into the whole room area. It kind of the turtle kind of disappeared and blended into this growth and healing of like pure life energy inside the whole room.
Okay.
So it's not you can target it still with a spell, but it's kind of hard to see where exactly it is. It's kind of filling the whole room.
Okay.
So the Blackhand, we're moving on to the next turn. The Blackhand is really getting hurt, but she was successful in altering the mind of the combatant, so she starts to flee around. She kind of starts to panic. Something to take in account for this turn is that you also had these amulets, amulet of a mage. So how they react is that when a spell hits you, they will automatically be cast, regardless of what kind of spell it is. So now it's a spell of healing, but it strikes against you. So when it hits you, your both amulets will react, and it's on level 2. So practically that also starts to fight against the spiritual energy over there. But for the sake of the story, let's handle this so that the effect of healing applies first to the person closest to the spirit, the Blackhand. She tries to jump through the window outside, so that's what she's aiming to do. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so sort of the amulets are destroying the spell or the spirit, the room.
Yes. Now the result is that there's all sorts of strange growth of moss and mushrooms everywhere, but you feel that there is no offensive spell or much magical energy anymore over there.
I'm really happy because I would not have liked to be hit by a Blackhand magic spell, because that would be, who knows what's going to happen.
So there's one guy coming directly at you, Vaim. One guy coming directly at you with a sword, and the Blackhand is trying to escape. So would you maybe describe your spells and actions again, so that we're clear what's happening?
So I'm trying to I'll teleport some force in front of the Blackhand, fleeing towards the window, so that she will be hit back towards us, maybe against the wall next to us, not directly at us. That would be bad also, but prevent her from escaping.
Yes.
I trust my colleague Gul to do something useful to the Blackhand, and I will defend myself with the spear, not with magic, but just with the melee spear against our helper who turned against me, because I don't want to cast a spell in melee combat because it's hard, and also I don't want to kill this civilian. That's not how it's written in the guidebook for Sahen Enforcers, I think. So I'll just defend myself. I'll not even try to hit him.
Okay, so we'll handle the melee first. He will be attacking you with a sword. End result of 11. What do you get?
So I roll melee, right?
Yeah, that's melee with a spear.
Yeah. So let's see. I rolled. Highest number is 7 plus 4, so 11.
You also got 11.
Yes.
Yes. So you get an equal number, and it's still you kind of get into locked position where you kind of push yourselves back and forth, and no damage will apply from this this round.
That's good. That's a good outcome for me. I don't want to hurt him, or I don't want to get hurt.
Yes, and he's also kind of in the middle of thinking like what's happening, because it's not his own thought, but it's something that was coming against him. So he's like, what's happening? So he's not.
Perhaps I'll try to shout to him that get a grip of yourself. You're not yourself, or something like this.
Yeah. The spell, the force spell that you make against the Blackhand, let's see how that goes.
Right. So normally I would have to use one turn to gather the source, but now I have to act quickly. So I'll use some of my soul. 1 point of source from my soul, so that would be from the dexterity.
Yes.
And 1 from the belt of windstones. So the 1 from there. So I have 2 source. Should be enough to push her here, and then teleport the spell. So that would be 10 difficulty. And
yes,
I'll roll 3 dice.
The distance is in 2 meters, so you can just about do that. You're pretty close, yeah.
Okay.
So you can roll the dice. Roll with your full dexterity right now. You will reduce your dexterity after this.
Afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
So I roll 3 dice, and I get 10, 9, and 1. So 10 and, 16 is generously enough to succeed.
Yeah. There's no way she can actually dodge that spell, so she will be just kicked towards you. Do you want to actually hit her with the damage? Because you can make 2 damage per...
yeah.
You can make 2 damage per level of effect, so you make 4 damage, right?
Yeah, we have no... Yeah. At least I have no incentive to keep her alive. She's a Blackhand.
Yes. So she flies towards you practically on your feet, and she's really badly hurt, just about conscious. The combat between Vame and this helper of yours is like, what? I don't want to kill you. He's like yelling over there. He's kind of taking his sword off your spear, and he's trying to get control of himself back.
I have a question about the destruction spell I made earlier. So I put duration into it, but is it attached to the person, the Blackhand, or the location where she was back then when I made the spell?
It's attached to the location where you made the spell.
So it's destroying the floors or something there.
Yeah, there's a floor and some furniture over there that's sparkling of this destruction magic. So there's still considerable amount of force in one spot over there. It's like a sparkling ball of electricity, kind of.
Question, yeah. Regarding, I also made the spell shield earlier, but I guess if it destroyed the spirit, did it like consume itself?
Yeah,
so it's.
If it would have duration, then it would continue.
It had duration.
It had duration.
Duration for 3 turns. Yeah.
In that case, it will be also active this turn. Yes.
Okay.
So this room is full of destruction magic just going.
Yes. But there's no area in that spell shield, so it's only also for the location that you cast the spell.
Yeah. Okay.
Where the spirit was. So there are 2 different destruction spells still going on in that room. However, nothing is no one is exactly at the spot where those spells are. But you can also use those. You can move those spells if you want. There's 1 spell shield and 1 destruction spell crackling, and pretty much no one is fighting against you actively. The Blackhand is also acting submissively. She's not fighting back. She's like just begging for mercy.
All right. Well, and then I think I'll try to announce that surrender, vile Blackhand. We will take you in for questioning, and then I would like to proceed to maybe shackle her hands with rope or chain or something.
Yeah, you do that, and we can end the scenario over here because you were successful in fighting against this Blackhand and even against the spirit that was summoned over there. You didn't take much damage. I think there was some risk involved over here, some considerable risk, especially if you end up facing a melee combatant and you are not successful. You can get quite a whole lot of damage. And the Blackhand had mind spells, so if she had more opportunities in this scenario, I think there would have been possibly more troublesome situations. But enforcers are pretty strong, especially with those amulets of spell shields, mage amulets. They are
those the equipment we had was really quite powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and also with spellcasting 6, you can do pretty powerful spells without risk of failure. And there was 3 against 1, so or maybe 2 if you count the spirit. So it's good that we had our meat shield.
That
was a useful encounter.
Yeah, it was a really surprise for me what happened, but it ended up being someone eager with some tribal personal motivations. So what I figured out, maybe this character is there waiting for you to come to help his cause against this evil Blackhand or
but that was fun. That was
competitive tribe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we can come up with next time. Let's see, maybe we can come up with a different kind of magical encounter. And there's also some plan of making maybe a longer adventure, maybe cut it in 3 parts or so, and tell a small story. This is scenario out from a bigger stories arc, so it's basically testing the system, showcasing the system, doing that kind of things. Thanks for this one, and see you next time.
Thank you for the game.
Yes. Thanks.